Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm going to shake these bones for maybe one of the last times. Because that person was right. It's almost all dust at the bottom of this jar now.
Awkward.
It's not like goat bones are that hard to like get a
Acquire.
hold of, but at the same time, I don't want to go through the process.
Yeah.
You want to be sustainable in your
Right.
goat bone usage.
Be sustainable.
Right. Sustainability is key.
So New Mexico is the 47th state admitted to the Union.
Better late than never.
Better late. Better mid-war than never. And surprisingly, it's the 5th largest state in the country. So if you look at a map, New Mexico's
She big.
bigger than I thought in my mind.
Huh. I'm going to have to look at a map.
She's pretty big. So despite this, New Mexico ranks 36th in population and 46th in population density.
It's
So,
like
there's
uninhabitable in the
there
desert.
still are not that many people who live there. The whole population of the state is just over 2.1 million. And so in contrast, the population of the Minneapolis metro area is 3.64 million.
Wow.
So New Mexico she's sparse, baby. She's sparse. Its capital is Santa Fe, but about 2/5 of the New Mexico residents live in Albuquerque. Also, my cousin lived in Santa Fe. Did I already say this? Yeah.
Did you?
I don't remember. But I have always wanted to go to Santa Fe because I think they have like a fantastic art scene.
Yeah, everyone
like,
has
really
always
fun
said it's
food.
incredible.
Yeah. I want to go to Santa Fe.
Let's go.
Let's go. Santa Fe show.
That can be our retreat, our annual retreat that we
Yeah,
have never
right.
taken and
Yeah.
haven't really
It'd
talked
be
about.
great if we started
our
that.
inaugural annual retreat.
Kind of like our quarterly meetings.
That happen once a year.
Yep.
I
It
make
lands
fun
on a quarter.
I always make fun of Zach because as a principal, he's just in meetings constantly.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you have to possibly meet about that often?
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
not
like-
text all of your staff
All the time.
on the hour at least every day?
We have a quarterly meeting once a year, and that suffices.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Once a day.
It's fine.
We have a quarterly meeting once a day.
We'll actually get to the quarters of the day in a minute.
Oh.
This is from Encyclopedia Britannica, my lover. Quote, the area that is currently New Mexico was claimed by Spain in the 16th century and then became part of Mexico in 1821 and then was ceded to the United States in 1848 through the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, which was the treaty that ended the Mexican War. So
Okay.
similar to like our experience with learning about Canada, just like modern Canada.
Mhm.
Right.
We don't learn fucking anything about Mexico, modern Mexico, or like the wars that were waged along the
Yeah.
southern border.
How we ended
Mhm.
up with all of this land that we took.
Mhm.
So that process was through, we did learn about manifest destiny, which was actually way more fucked up than we ever like learned
You
about.
don't
Like
say.
we
Mhm.
had the right to just go all the way to the Pacific Ocean and like basically as far south as we wanted to.
Yeah, just take it all.
So
White people just taken.
we just take it. So Mexico actually extended up through like Colorado, California, Nevada,
Texas.
like Texas,
Yep.
all that, but like as far north as those.
Mhm.
And it was that Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo that set our southern border,
Mhm.
which was all fucked up.
I
but
know
whatever.
so little about this period of history.
I do too.
Mhm.
Which is why I was like, I gotta Google the Mexican War. What the fuck was the Mexican War? I don't know anything about that, which is pathetic. Tensions between New Mexico's Spanish American or Hispano community, also Native Americans, and the Anglo populations are a continuing reminder of the bitter antagonisms that characterize the state's long history. So there are still tensions between these groups of people.
Mhm.
So it's not only like white quote unquote Americans, but also indigenous peoples and also people from like Mexican descent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little complicated.
Mm-hmm.
New Mexico is part of the Four Corners, which is the only intersection of 4 states in the country. So it's like right angles. It's like a straight up intersection of New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado.
That would also be cool to visit.
Well, I've definitely been there with my family, and I have 2 parents and 1 younger sister, so we are all standing in the 4 corners holding hands.
Oh, cool.
But this was long ago enough that it's like an actual photograph, like a 4x6 photograph. I don't know
God
where
knows
the fuck
where
it
it is. Yeah.
God only knows. So, but I guarantee you I was wearing denim shorts that were like almost to my knees.
Yep.
It was
I
that
can
it was
picture
that
it.
time frame. Yes.
It was the RV years.
Yep.
It was RV. It was before concealer and like eyebrow filler inner. It wasn't cute. I'll just say it wasn't. It's not a cute photo.
Predates cuteness.
It predates cute. I was probably 12.
Pre-cute.
It was pretty cute. 2 of New Mexico's most unique physical features are the caverns near Carlsbad, which are among the most spectacular natural rock formations in the world, and also the extensive gypsum sand dunes that make up White Sands National Monument in south central New Mexico.
Cool.
And these dunes were created by wind and water erosion. Gypsum, which is what they're like the sand that they're made out of, is decomposed limestone, which is also what drywall is made out of.
It sounds very soft.
It's very, very fine. So if you've ever done any sort of construction on your home,
Yeah.
and it's like a home built after 1940-ish,
You're gonna
It's
have
not
dust.
asbestos.
you're gonna have gypsum. It's not asbestos, it's gypsum. Very fine. It gets fucking everywhere. You might want to consider having your ducts cleaned out by a professional.
Absolutely do that.
Always clean your ducks.
Best
Clean
money
those
we
ducts.
spent.
Yeah. I need to get that done. Also, the dunes at this the White Sands National Monument, the dunes themselves can get up to 60 feet high.
Mm.
So
Just
it's like
rolling around based on the wind.
it's a beautiful white desert
That's so cool.
Dang.
with like different yucca plants, like spiky agave and like yucca and like just weird desert plants. The only animals are like lizards and mice, which are also white. So
Are
it's
the
just-
mice the kinds with like the huge ears?
Maybe. But another thing that I read was what's it called? Onyx. Or there's like a deer, African onyx. It's an animal. Yeah, onyx. It's one of those like antelopes that have the straight up
oryx?
horns.
Oryx?
No, onyx.
I think
Oryx?
I think it's oryx. Mm-hmm.
You're right. It might be oryx. Well, it's like
Yeah, I got nothing.
It's like a thick with 2 C's antelope. It's like light brown with like a black stripe and a white belly, and it has like straight up horns. And so the people in charge of this park brought them there to like see if they could survive, and they did. They originally only brought like 95 animals over from
Dang.
Africa, and they turned out to be like not invasive, but like kind of detrimental to the natural landscape.
Oh my God, I can't believe we're like still doing this shit. Like
I
we
know.
know it's bad.
Yeah.
I know.
It's never gone well.
There's
No.
like a booming, colorful, like parakeet population in Amsterdam
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's like, it's not right.
because of released pets that people did not want to take care of anymore.
And also, like
now
the
they
frogs
just
in Australia, unless that was just a plot in The Simpsons one time. I don't know.
I mean, it's probably
well,
fucking
in
true.
New Zealand, they fucking white people, first of all, brought rats in their boats, but that was unintentional, but it still happened. And then to kill the rats, because they had no fucking predators, they had birds, but the birds were not used to like hunting small mammals because there were no other small mammals. So then they were like, well, I know, let's bring foxes to hunt the rats. And then the foxes started killing all the fucking birds.
Let's just
not fuck with what we already know works.
Ecosystems are delicate.
Yeah, they're extremely delicate.
I think it's great to reintroduce animals that used to live in a place and then were like wiped out or pushed out, and now you want to bring them back in, like buffalo or wolves.
Like what you know, farmer already works.
Right.
I just no. Don't experiment when it comes to ecosystems.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good.
We're not smarter than evolution.
No.
Nope.
Okay, so there are some of those.
Okay.
Also, you know I love a good state flag.
Yes.
So New Mexico's state flag consists of a red sun symbol of the Zia people on a field of gold / yellow. And this was officially introduced in 1925. It was designed in 1920 to highlight the state's Native American Pueblo and Nuevo Mexico Hispano roots.
Okay.
The symbology is designed to represent the Puebloans and the colors of the flag of Spain. So it's kind of recognizing the colonizers from Spain came to Mexico. Okay, great. But then also the Puebloan people who inhabited that actual region.
Surprisingly progressive for a state flag compared to many that we've seen.
Right. And especially one designed in 1920.
Right.
Okay, so looking at the flag, this symbol has sacred meaning to the Zia Pueblo people. So if you look at it, there's like lines of pointing in all four directions, red lines. I think there's three lines in each like direction, four lines, which makes sense. So the number 4 was a very sacred number to these people. So 4 symbolizes the circle of life that includes the 4 directions, the 4 times of day, the 4 stages of life, and the 4 seasons. So
I like that.
Lots of 4. 4 is also my lucky number, I'm just saying.
Ooh.
And then the circle around all of these 4 groups of lines sort of binds the 4 elements of 4 together.
It is a very pretty and simple design.
It's beautiful.
It's really pretty. So this artist's winning design is the flag that the state uses today. And they also use the salutation quote, "I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico and the Zia symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures." And this salutation is commonly recited in New Mexico public schools after the United States Pledge of Allegiance.
Well, it's good to have hope.
Well,
Okay.
time to hit the old dusty trail.
Can you tell where my mental health is at?
We're all thriving.
Sure can.
Well, it's good to dream.
Wow.
God bless the USA.
How optimistic.
Yeah.
Good on
So
them.
also to what Kenyon, what you were saying, it's a very attractive flag. This flag is one of 4 U.S. state flags that does not contain the color blue.
I like
So
that.
those other 3 flags being Alabama, California, and Maryland. And it is also the only one of these 4 not to contain the color white.
They
so
almost escaped all of the USA colors.
Yeah.
Almost. You were so close. The flag of the District of Columbia also has no blue, but it is partially white, making the New Mexico flag the only U.S. flag with no blue or white. It is truly unique, and I would dare say maybe the most attractive.
I have a beautiful magnet that I got in New Mexico on our road trip that is based on the flag, and like it's it's like metal crafted and it's yellow, but it's like metal worked into the shape of a hot air balloon because they do like a huge hot air balloon festival, which you might be talking
they
about.
do. I've not, but
yes. It's like yellow, it's all handmade, and then instead of red in the center, it's like carved out in the shape of the flag. It's really fucking cool. I love it.
Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I love that. But yeah, it's a very attractive flag.
Mm-hmm. New Mexico is gorgeous, and it's definitely, I mean, I say this with like, obviously through the lens of whiteness, but it's noticed immediately how much the little like details in the state do honor like indigenous culture.
Well, they
in ways that I hadn't seen like in any of my other travels.
Minnesota does not do a great job.
No, we do not.
No, but I think to Amanda's point, and it might have something to do with sort of the sparseness of population and therefore the sparseness of like urbanization.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, even just like when you're driving and you go under an overpass of even just like a county road going over Route 66, like the overpass is steeped in indigenous like art that was like carved in, like that was part of the construction of that.
I can see that. I've only been to New Mexico like a little bit. I flew into Albuquerque a few years ago for a road trip, but you're absolutely right. Even in the airport, there were just like a lot of
I just noticed
Puebloan artwork kind of vibes,
right? In ways that you
city.
don't, that I hadn't seen it. And we drove a lot. I mean, we took like a whole 10-day Route 66 road trip, and it was like specifically the moment you cross into New Mexico, it's like, oh, there are actual homages to indigenous culture like everywhere, even in places that you wouldn't necessarily expect.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So New Mexico's fucking cool. And I do have a few fun facts about New Mexico to sort of round us out. So Santa Fe, the capital, was founded in the year 1610 and is the oldest continuously used seat of government in North America.
That's wild. That's amazing.
Because I think, most, if not all, other states like had a capital. They started with like just the city on the river that had like the most economic progress.
Right.
But then at a certain point, they decided to move all of those capitals into something more centrally located in the state.
Right.
Like, for example, Iowa City used to be the capital of Iowa, but then they moved it to Des Moines because it was more in the middle of the state.
Yeah, easier for representatives to get there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So Santa Fe is like, it's always been
Santa Fe,
the capital of.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always been Santa Fe. Also, there is a Roswell McDonald's that is in the shape of an alleged UFO.
Love that.
OMG.
I want to go to there.
Yes.
It's like the rock and roll McDonald's that kind
Rest
of
in
is
peace.
no more. I know.
Yeah.
RIP.
When's the best time of year to go?
To the Roswell McDonald's any time of year.
Roswell McDonald's.
When the best time
when are
to
the
visit?
chicken nuggets in season?
When are they ripe? When are they most ripe?
I went in May and it was very pleasant.
Okay.
I would imagine like August. It also depends on where you're going to go because the eastern part of the state is very much like Great Plainsy, and then you get into like Southern Rockies territory. So the natural landscape is varying.
But like prob's not summer.
I would say avoid
Little
summer
hat.
anywhere close to the equator, anywhere remotely close to the equator as a Minnesotan. But
Yeah. Could we book the Roswell McDonald's as a live show venue?
No,
Probably.
they'd lose money.
oh,
They'd
well,
never
we'll look
take it.
into it.
I'm going to reach out to our agent about this. I'm getting ideas. Ideas are
Whenever
flowing.
we have to have a launch party for anything, I don't know what we're launching.
Yes, okay. We're
But
that's
if we're
the venue.
launching something, it's going to be from a McDonald's in the shape of a UFO.
It's either the
Done.
Roswell McDonald's or that fancy new Taco Bell that's going in Bloomington that delivers your tacos in a bank tube. to your car.
What?
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
a wild and crazy Taco Bell going into like an old Wells Fargo where they're keeping the
It has
bank
like the
tube
suction
system
tubes.
Yeah.
to send
Yeah.
you your
Oh,
food.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah,
be
honey.
epic. It's in the works right now.
Imagine
The
having
Taco
to
Bell of
clean
America, right by the
all-
Mall of America.
all those perfectly square tomato
Yo.
pieces out of that tube.
You know that I will be requiring both of your presence here
To
to
fuck up the
attend.
backseat
On
of your
opening
car.
day.
Opening day, fuck up my car. I don't even care. I don't even care. It's worth
We'll
it.
pitch in for your
My
total
detailing.
detailing of your car afterwards.
Thank you.
We'll pitch in for your chalupas.
Okay, so these last two fun facts that I have for you are my fucking favorite, and they are from Atlas Obscura. Shout out to Ben for helping me find these fun facts because, oh my God, they're so good.
Thanks, Ben.
So most rumble strips, like on a highway, like the bumpy part on a highway, alert drivers that they've strayed too close to the edge of the road with a loud grating vibration.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
The grooved lines on a sleepy stretch of Route 66 near Tijeras, New Mexico, have a different trick up their sleeves. They sing.
Yeah, they're musical.
What?
On this quarter-mile section of the highway, the rumble strips have been engineered to sound like the song America the Beautiful.
Will
is
wonders
like-
never cease?
No, literally no. But they won't croon their patriotic tune for just anyone with a lead foot. Drivers have to be going exactly 45 miles an hour, which is the speed limit, to hear the vibrations in action.
So I've clearly never heard it.
No, you've never heard it.
No. Amanda heard
Yeah,
America.
like a
Guys over.
a sped up record player. It just sounds insane. It's the sound you hear before you die.
So the quote-unquote musical highway was installed in 2014 as part of a partnership between the New Mexico Department of Transportation and the National Geographic Channel. It's designed to encourage drivers on the otherwise unremarkable stretch of the historic road to slow down and adhere to the speed limit.
Yeah, that's on like the original Route 66, not like the super highway that's
It's not
been
it's not the Autobahn
Correct.
66.
Yeah, because the speed limit is definitely not 45 on
Other parts.
that route.
Yeah.
But yes,
Probably
But if
slows
you're
down
gonna go
near
down-
populated areas.
you have to do stretches on the original Route 66 on that road trip. It's so fun, and then you get like the wild roadside attractions.
Mhm. Yeah, if you're going to go on 66 for the 66 experience,
Get off the highway at
Get
least
off
a
the
couple
highway,
times for
yeah.
a couple stretches.
My in-laws just did that too, and they loved it.
It's
Route
so fun.
66 is real kitschy and real fun.
It's wild. I would do it again in a heartbeat because we only got to see a little bit of it. And that was doing like 5 states.
Yeah.
So it's vast.
They did the whole shebang. They did more than just Route 66. 'cause I
Yeah.
don't-
They
I
went
don't
all the way
remember.
to Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah, they went
Jesus.
from upstate New York to Santa Monica Pier and
I
then
love it.
back.
Oh
Well,
my
and to even get
God.
onto Route 66
And
from
back.
upstate New York is
Yeah.
a road trip because you have to go super far south. Yeah. That's wild. Good for them.
We should do Route 66 crimes, just saying.
Into
yeah.
it.
Okay, my last fun fact about New Mexico. After a lifetime building his New Mexico pistachio farm, also known as Pistachio Land,
My favorite theme park.
Alamo Gordo nut salesman Tom
Nut
McGinn, Nut King,
Alamo Gordo Nut King.
was memorialized with a roadside advertisement that now draws tourists from all over the country. The world's largest pistachio stands 30 feet tall and was constructed using over 5 yards of concrete and 35 gallons of paint to give the enormous green cashew a strangely real look.
So it's the world's largest pistachio statue.
Yes, it's not a
Pistachio.
Pistachio.
Pistachio. Like many oversized items littering the world's highways, this pistachio is there mainly to lure motorists into the McGinn's Pistachio Tree Ranch and
And it
Winery
would work
gift
on
shop.
us. It would work on us.
1,000%.
In a,
Billion.
yeah.
That
Percent.
is the purpose of giant statues.
Statues, yes.
We would careen off the road to make that exit.
Yes, absolutely. Unsurprisingly, there are a number of exotic pistachio-based products for sale, like chili chocolate pistachio brittle, yum, and homemade pistachio milkshakes, although nothing is as priceless as taking a nutty photo under the giant snack.
No.
OMG.
No.
I'm going to find...
I will eat anything pistachio flavored.
I
giant
love
New
pistachio.
Mexico.
And I've tried the pistachio latte at Starbucks, and it's pretty good.
Burger.
It's pretty good.
All right, burger. I'll take it.
I do have a photo of this that I'm going to drop on the
Yes.
drive right now. It's called the Big Stachio-ish. It's definitely not a real pistachio, but
Well, no, it's made
it
of
kinda looks
concrete.
like it.
I hope for Halloween they put a mustachio on it.
Oh my god!
This
A
looks
mustachioed
like-
pistachio.
This is very vaginal, and I'm here for
It's
it.
It
real
really
vaginal.
does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would,
Georgia
again,
O'Keeffe would have
Yeah.
queefed over this.
Georgia O'Keeffe.
Georgia O'Keeffe. Ew.
Would have really loved this pistachio.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time. Well, I sure hope you liked that clip. If you did like that clip, make sure you are subscribing to our YouTube channel, leaving us a nice review, and joining us on Patreon for even more video content, audio content, salacious content all around. Come join us. Treat yourself.